Okay, we're live finally. So, hello everyone. Scott and Scott here. Okay, Scott. Now, how many miles do we think we've gone today?
We have gone 49 and 50.
Between 49 and 50 miles. We started around 6:30 this morning. We're on the Root River here in southern Minnesota, and we've got about 35 or something miles left.
Probably a little more. I'm guessing 36 or 37.
Okay. So we're trying to establish fastest known paddle time for the Root River here, and we're basically doing. We started at the in Chatfield, which is where the Minnesota DNR recognizes that's the start of the navigable portion of the river. And we're going almost to the confluence with the Mississippi. We're going to the final access, which is about 3 miles upstream. And what's the next city we're going to be in? Rushford?
Next city's Rushford.
Okay. Up. So it's been.
Then Houston, then Hoka.
Okay. Any highlights for you so far, Scott?
Not too many. More lately. The river's flowing. It's low. Not as fast as it was the last time we were out here, but it's a little faster than I was fearing. So that's wonderful.
Yes. And we've seen probably 100 eagles and many geese and an otter and several deer and a turkey. And we just had some fans come out to see us, and Moose has been supporting us. So at the last access, which I can't remember Peterson access, we had Denise and Teresa, and of course I can't remember the third person's name, but it was just wonderful to have some fans out, and it was really cool. And Moose was there, and he had Coca-Cola ice cold in glass bottles, so we're feeling pretty good. Scott and I have enjoyed reading the river because we've been having to move right and left to stay in the deeper water. Otherwise, the rudder hits the bottom and we slow down.
Or worse yet, the canoe hits the bottom.
Right.
We might have something to prepare.
Yes. There was one rapid at an old dam where an old dam had been removed, and thank God Scott realized we needed to portage around it because I was just all set to run it, but the standing waves were so big, I think we would have capsized, which would not be good because we have all kinds of stuff in this canoe.
And we're already experienced that.
Yes. We capsized just a few weeks ago on the Straight River, and it was a good learning experience. So I guess a highlight, well, we've seen lots of jumping trout. Just saw another one. And we've seen lots of schools of red horse, which is a native fish Scott was telling me about that is actually pretty tasty. And I would say just it's such a beautiful day, and the bluffs and the trees are so pretty to look at.
Way to the right.
Copy that.
Back trainer, we're gonna have to put the outside edge.
Yes. Now that we're in the lower river, the bluffs are a little further from the banks of the river, generally speaking, but still very beautiful.
Hang up a little bit of shallow water though.
Yeah, okay, there's an eddy, so I'm gonna, boy, give me some sugar, Scott. Thank you. Sorry about that. I didn't realize how much current there was going to be. And how much.
Strangers are nervous about it.
Yes. And we feel very justified, or at least I do. Up. And we've just had extraordinarily delicious food prepared by Moose. So we're well fed and well hydrated. Scott's hydration system has been great. Okay, Tracy Danner Burnett asked, what is the total distance of the river?
Well, the total distance of the fastest known cattle is
83 miles.
exactly 4 miles from the access to the
Yeah, to the Mississippi. But the way we've set up the fastest known paddle is whoever, well, basically you have to work with us to establish the route. And we want it to be easily repeatable because we want people to try to beat our record and have a good time on the river. So we picked the last access before the Mississippi as our end point. And what's cool about this particular route being about 83 miles is if you start early enough, and especially if the water's high, you can basically do it in a single day. I think we're going to finish probably an hour or two after sunset, but if the water was higher, we could probably do it entirely in the sun. Well, and the other thing is we started at 6:30, but it was light out at like 5:30 or even a little earlier. So we've got an eddy on the left here. We're going on the outside of the bend. We've got the swift water here, and we're going to just try to stay right in the swift water and not get caught in any eddies because those can flip our boat. Right. I think go left,
yeah.
just because the water looks so stagnant to the right, but so this bluff in front of us here is typical of this driftless area. It's probably, I mean, that's got to be 500 feet to the top at least.
Well, how much
Okay. And we've seen some bicyclists because there's a beautiful Root River State bicycle trail along this river. We've seen a few other kayakers, mostly just casual paddlers or fisher people. What's that? Yeah. Yeah, fishing. Yeah. And maybe they're we've certainly seen a lot of red horse. I don't know if that's what they're catching or. Yeah. Okay. Probably for trout, right?
or back.
Or bass.
If you're getting down the park, I don't know how many out there. Somebody hired me, you know, but closer you get to the river, or see character probably south the smallmouth stream probably northern down farther.
Okay. So we have a comment from Kathy Duffus. I don't know if you know who that is.
I had no idea, but I think she makes the canoe in her own.
Oh, that's right. Tell us the name of the canoe.
The mighty Mrs. Duffy.
And she is mighty, both the canoe and the person. So her comment, Scott, is that your canoe cover came today.
I'm sure it did. Thank you, Jeremy Moore.
Yes. You want to tell everybody a little bit about the canoe cover?
Yeah. We have a good friend up in by Marquette, Michigan, who has a company, sign, and they make I believe the most nice summer. So we cover radioactive and a bunch of other miscellaneous things that are really hard to find. You're up in
Heidi Sandstead sent a heart emoji. Oh, geez, that's very nice. Hi, sweetie. I miss you.
And he has been putting sunscreen on.
Yes, I have.
Boy,
And I'm wearing a sun hat right now. Ah, shoot. Tracy said Duffus needs a microphone.
not working.
Yeah, I wonder why. Because I checked the road thing.
Okay, Scott, yeah, probably still there.
Okay.
Even though security's probably running that over there.
Is that a turkey on a sandbar island?
That's oh,
Oh, a vulture. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with your microphone.
well, did you plug in the
Yeah,
mixer?
yeah. And then I checked the road app and it said it was there. Up. Oh, look at all the red horse darting around. Didn't hear anything he said about the cover. Okay, well, I'll tell you what he said. He said that our good friend Jeremy Vore up in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan makes all kinds of cool canoe stuff, including canoe covers. And the canoe cover that Scott ordered is to put on the canoe so that when he's transporting it, it doesn't get damaged by any kind of rocks or hail or
More and more sun.
sun, and mostly sun. Yeah,
And lots of other stuff. Spray decks.
yeah. He makes spray decks. He makes little pockets. He makes well, yeah, all kinds of stuff. Copy. Up. Lisa says his mic is cutting in and out. Huh.
All right. That means it could be this thing. It could be the one on the top, which is that big, that it's got a piece of boom wrapped around it, plastic stuff.
Say that again, Scott.
So there's two microphones plugged in there.
Okay.
One has a plastic thing wrapped around its cord. The cord is inside of a plastic thing. That's the one that's up here.
Okay. Uh,
So just twist it a little.
yeah. So sorry. What am I twisting?
That microphone cord that's in. There's one that's got a plastic thing. This is just a thin little black cord. That's the one that's for up here.
I see. Into the mixer. Yeah. Well, the other thing is that I don't know what happened, but that cord is kind of right down by my foot now, kind of in my way. So hopefully I haven't messed it up that way.
Well, it's been messed up that way. There's no connection down there.
Yeah, okay. Well, I did twist it around a little bit, so we'll see.
Well,
Yeah. So for those of you that are commenting, because it's bright sunshine and stuff, it's almost impossible to see the comments. So it's not that we're being rude by not responding. It's just that we can't really see them. So, and I think I just hit some button that did some advertisement for StreamYard. So who knows? But at least you get to see the beautiful river. Okay, sounds good. Up. All right, I see that obstacle up there. Probably going to go to the left of it. But I should probably get over there a little bit. Well, it doesn't, it likes over here. Yep. The river wants me to go right. We okay?
Yep.
Narrow is the way. So once again, we're entering a landscape feature that makes my heart sing, where you've got just a big wooded hill with no roads and no sign of any civilization. And then you've got a big, 40-foot eroded bank coming right down into the river. And it's just gorgeous. Here we've got a big sweeping turn to the left with a big inside eddy. Scott, it's a good thing your name is not Eddie. That would get confusing.
Maybe call them Scott. That is twice
Oh boy, yes, it would.
Shout out.
Yeah. So if assuming your microphone's not working still, I will also tell them that earlier you were explaining that this canoe is named the Mighty Mrs. Duffus after one particular Mighty Mrs. Kathy Duffus. And I think it's worthy of its namesake.
That's only tipped over once.
Yeah, yeah, it's only tipped over once, and we survived. So now as we get into the lower river here, the vistas are quite spectacular. We're looking downstream here and we're looking at a bluff that, I mean, that's probably only 2 miles away, I suppose, but kind of
But it's rock out.
yeah.
There, limestone.
Yes. Up. Maybe I'll just get over a little bit here. Ah. Up.
It's right down the center there.
Yeah. Sorry, you mean to the just yeah. Yep. Oh, yeah, okay.
Shallow.
Yep. So I'll turn us to the right. Up. Oh yeah, one of these big hills up here, as I recall, I can see it already, has the city's name. Rushford is like kind of like the Hollywood sign. It's high up on the hillside overlooking the city. It says Rushford. It's kind of cool. And in this big valley, you can see it from a long ways away.
Over to the left.
Copy. Up. So Scott, I'm gonna people who are watching, let me know if Scott's microphone is working when he talks. Okay, say something, Scott.
Say something. Scott. Um, Whole river is much more like the rivers that are Black, Deadfall, the bird logs. You don't see quite so much of that in the upper river. So
So I don't know if you guys can hear Scott Duffus. Let me know, because I don't know, because probably you can't, because his microphone wasn't working earlier, but I tried to fix it. I don't, who knows? Let me know if it's working. He was just saying that the river becomes more like his rivers at home as we get down into its lower stretches here with lots of dead trees and things. Um, and yes, Mr. Duffus, it just reminded me of the Minnesota a little bit in that sense. Up. Okay, any thoughts here?
right.
Okay.
Dallas, right.
Yeah.
They're getting easier to see
Yeah.
with the sun coming.
Yeah. Yeah. Red horses can swim pretty fast when they want to.
Faster than us.
Yeah.
By quite a bit.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this.
Oh, look at that. We've seen an Oriole today, gorgeous, and now we're seeing a Cardinal. And so many eagles.
Usually we do that with geese and swans.
Yeah. And great blue herons. Although not on this river. Have we seen great blue herons on this river?
That I'm aware of.
Yeah. Oh. Ooh, did you see that log?
Not till late.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did see it.
Yeah, me neither. I mean, it wasn't making any, there was no way to see it.
Oh, I could see it up about there.
Okay.
So I went ahead and shot it.
Yeah. But I mean, it wasn't making any sign above the water.
We can't buy it much of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're far enough up the tree where
Yeah.
they're not really making themselves known.
Right. Oh, wow. Okay.
What's that?
There's been all kinds of comments that I just can't see, but it appears that Brad Showstrom is on, and people are, and Wally and Tracy, I think, are saying hi to Brad, as far as I can tell.
Very good.
So hello, Brad. Hello, Wally. Hello, Tracy. And hello, everyone. I'm sorry, we can't really see the comments, so that's why we're not responding to them, by and large. But we appreciate you being here with us on the river. It's the technology to stream from the river is quite complicated, far above my pay grade. Scott Duffus is the one that figured out how to do most of it, including wiring mics to the bow and the stern. But everything's a little touchy, and we think his mic is out right now, so you probably aren't hearing it when he talks. But it's still really neat. Like the way this works is the phone is connected to a lithium. Is it a lithium ion battery, Scott?
What, the main battery?
Yeah.
Well, it's not hooked to that right now. It's got a little audio mixer
Oh, that's right.
that because otherwise you can only have one microphone, the one that's on phone.
That's right. So yeah, so it's hooked into two microphones, but then when it's not hooked into two microphones, it's hooked into the main battery in the canoe so it can stay charged. Which is we're all working on this because we're hoping to be able to go live stream a little bit when we're on the Missouri River next year. Up.
Damn, it's up there.
Okay. How many old dams have we gone through? Like this will be the third one, maybe, or fourth?
Oh, one they have recently taken out, and I don't know if there's any others.
Up.
This one.
Yeah. So people on the live stream, I don't know if you can see because I know we're zoomed out, but on the hillside in front of us, way up on the very top of the steep bluff, it says Rushford, kind of overlooking this big valley for the town of Rushford. And it's kind of neat. I wonder what that's made out of. Probably just some rocks, white rocks, or
I bet it's white rock,
yeah.
which somebody had to carry up there.
Yeah,
Would have been a job. A big
No.
job.
no kidding. Well, they're having a whole big conversation. So I don't know what they're saying, but I think I saw somebody, I think Wally said to somebody that it's cool for him to have so many family on the Missouri River Speed Record team, which is very cool.
It is cool.
So Wally asked if Brad Shostrom is racing the 145, and I don't think Brad has responded, but I can respond because I know that Brad is doing it with Moose and Ryan and Tom, all members of the Mississippi Speed Record support crew team. And everybody but Brad is fairly new to paddling, so they're going to have a great big adventure. And thank God for Brad to help guide them. Not that they couldn't figure it out, but it is nice to have someone who's done big, long canoe things before. And Scott Duffus and I got to take Ryan and Moose in the Minnesota 4 on the very river we're on right now about 2 weeks ago or so, maybe 3, when the water was high and fast.
All right, right around this corner.
Uh-huh, I hear it.
We gotta pay a lot of attention here.
So, yeah, because worst case scenario, we have to go to Shore and Portage, right?
Well, there's really a way to do that.
Yeah, okay.
We just have to find a place we can fit through it.
Yeah.
And there's Moose right there.
Oh,
And we can't see a lot of it until we get fairly close. We may have to back out like we did before. But mostly we gotta find a spot where it's not, maybe it's way over here.
on the right? Kind of looks like that's where a V is.
The guy tries to go over there and it does not work. Maybe where that right? Because it's basically a little bit of flat.
Okay, there's a V right in front of us. I just stood up and looked at it. But then there's that wave.
Here, try it here. I hope you back.
Right here or back paddle?
Where else can we go? We gotta go right there.
Okay, yep, that's what I think.
Come back.
Say that again, Scott.
Well, let's go down.
Sorry, what am I doing?
Back down to the loop.
Okay. Hey, Moose.
Hey. Well, I don't know that I need any hydration. Do you, Scott?
Nope, I don't think so.
Okay. So,
I mean, I've got 2 full bottles anyway.
all right, I got 2 ready. Should I just meet you at Houston then, or?
Yeah, I think
Unless you think I should take an extra just to have it, but
we got it. We got 3.
yeah, so we're good.
And you got 2.
Okay.
All right,
So I think we're good.
very good. All right, I'm ready for you.
All
Next
right.
time. Excellent.
Good deal. That was fun.
That was very fun.
Yeah, I hit the bottom of my Voyager on that dam at about this height. You're last of it. Maybe a little lower.
Say hi to the live stream, Moose.
Hey, everybody. Beautiful day on the Root River. I think I've seen 25 different kinds of birds.
Oh, wow.
Eagles.
We saw, yeah, we saw an Oriole and a Cardinal.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Right, that's a little bit. It's 2.5 hours.
Okay. Sounds good. 2.5 hours. Wow.
It was. I remember it. And then I remember this. was full of stuff. And
Yeah,
that was what was iron. So I see more stuff now.
right.
There are people that are we were this way over on the left side.
Okay,
That's still open. But
right, right.
it's also looking like there might be a spot on the right now.
Okay. Up. If I remember correctly, when we went on the left, it was through the narrowest of gaps last time, right? Yeah,
And we had to go way out. It looked like you could go here, but it was like that was not the right way to go.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I remember looking back, thinking that was a cut.
So I'll head over there. I just want to get past this little eddy shallow.
And you can maybe take another look, but which over there on the left.
Yeah,
There you see try to go by there.
yeah, okay. Well, why don't I start going to the right so we can see?
Yeah, okay.
Oh, under the tree.
Yes.
Really? Should we do that? Because right looks open.
Oh, let's go right there.
Hard to imagine how we would have gotten under that tree when the water was higher.
So
Yeah.
I went over it. But yeah,
Okay. Yeah, I think you're right, Scott. Maybe I'm sorry. Maybe we should have gone that way.
it's fine. I see how we're
Right.
we can they're down front of them.
Yeah. Yeah. I think this is Teresa and maybe Denise again. It's, we got fans on shore here cheering. I don't hear any cowbell yet, but I know they've got it.
We're just gonna go by.
Woohoo!
Go through the middle or did you go over the edge?
The middle.
The middle, you do. Oh, you practice ran it.
Well, we just kind of got lucky.
These guys are going to St. Louis.
Oh wow. Wow. That's incredible. Love to hear some cowbell. Up. Well, I think I'm going to shut the live stream down here pretty soon.
Got turkeys out here.
Really?
I think it's a bunch of turkeys. So let's at least go up there and let the turkeys fly.
There's a bunch. Scott's saying there's a bunch of turkeys on this island up here, and it sure does look that way.
Or no, but they're both in the glory.
Can we get through on the right? Do I need to go far right or anything? So again, we're experimenting. We've got the camera zoomed out so you guys can see more, which means that things look further away. So I don't know how well you'll be able to see it. There's a dozen turkey vultures on this island. I just see this shallow bar, kind of.
Everything out here.
Yeah.
There they go.
There they go. Up. So just gonna. Okay, everybody, I'm going to be shutting the live stream down here in a little bit so that we can do it again a little later in the evening. And that might be fun because I'll actually be able to see the screen and maybe see the comments. But I just wanted to say thank you for following along. We're having a great time. How many miles left, Scott?
How many left? But we're at about, well, we can take it up. About 54 miles.
54 miles in, which means we've got about 29 miles left. And we've been going about 5.5 miles an hour. And that math is definitely above my capacity currently.
Always above my capacity.
Well, now let's think about this. 29 miles at 5.5 miles an hour. So that would be 2 hours would be 11 miles. 4 hours would be 22 miles. So it's going to be about 5 hours and change. Maybe 6. Something like that. I don't even know what time it is.
Well, but that's what we need to know. We need to know whether we need a headlight.
Well, that's true. Okay. All right. I can do this. So if 4 hours is 22 miles, that leaves 7 miles. So it's going to be basically 5.5 hours. And we should say 6 to be conservative. Now, if I could just figure out what time it is, which I cannot do currently.
We'll be able to do that. It's 4:27.
So we'll say 4:30 plus 6 hours would be 10:30, right? So I think we're going to need the light.
There.
Barely. We could probably wait to get it till Houston.
Yeah.
As somebody who grew up in Minnesota but never realized that there's a Houston, Minnesota, it still makes me giggle a little bit to say Houston. Of course, I think of Texas.
Grew up in southern Minnesota. Like tell people really grew up. No.
I don't know if you guys can hear Scott Duffus, but he has a beekeeper friend that grew up in southern Minnesota and likes to tell people he grew up between Houston and Austin, which is true. He did. Up. So what's your,
The left.
yep. What's your ideal paddling temperature, Scott? Is today your ideal or is it a little warm today?
A little bit warm, but not bad enough. Yeah. If it gets much hotter than this, it gets a little more.
I agree. I agree. My ideal is a little bit cooler, but I'll take, I mean, this has been wonderful. Yeah. So. All right, folks. Well, I'm going to sign off here, but we'll be back as it gets a little darker, and that'll be fun because I'll be able to see the comments. Thanks for joining us. We've got 29 miles to go. We're on the Root River, trying to set a fastest known paddle. Be challenging other people to try to beat our record, which, if anybody does it with higher water, is definitely a possibility. And it's a really cool challenge because you can do it in a single day. 83 miles, 29 miles to go. Beautiful bluff country here in the Driftless. And if you want more information, go to fastestknownpaddle.org. And if you want information about our Missouri River speed record attempt next year, go to MissouriRiverSpeedRecord.com. Maybe? I don't remember. Or follow us on Facebook. Okay, thanks for joining us. Bye.